I honestly think that's probably the hardest part of hiking the AT, especially going through, is staying mental into what you're doing and not giving up, because every day is a challenge. Every day is a challenge. What he didn't talk about is when you get home and how thankful you are to be able to actually sit on the toilet, flush the toilet, hot water, turn on the TV, check the cable, listen to all those crazy external stimuli that we try to get away from when we're on the trail, right? It's crazy. So we're aging. Even Miles will get older. You guys will get older, believe it or not. I just got a brand new knee. Well, it's not brand new, but it's 3 years old now. And I came home from the surgeon after being in rehab for a couple of days, and the bedrooms are on the second floor. And I looked at the stairway going up, and I turned to my sister-in-law, who was my caregiver at the time. I said, Diane, that might as well be Mount Everest. I will never be able to get up those stairs. Oh, yeah, you will. She figured it out. But let me tell you, aging is a process. And you have got to be able to accept different things. I cannot hike like I hiked at 30. I was telling Brandon when we were preparing for our little gig, you know, I can remember easily hiking 3 hours at a time, and my goal in 3 hours was to cover 9 miles, 3 miles an hour at 30 years old, with a pack, with a big 42-pound pack. At 66, it ain't happening. And sometimes it's really, really hard to understand your own limitations and your own expectations. And, you know, I think some of us think that, gosh, I failed. You haven't. You haven't failed. I don't care if you get out and walk from driveway to driveway. You're still walking. You've never failed. It's just an amount of adjustment you have to make. I'm lucky to make 2 miles an hour now in a much lighter pack. I've adjusted to that. I still have fun doing it. I'm with my buddies. The trail hasn't changed. The smells are the same. It's just a wonderful thing to be out there, but you have to adjust a little bit mentally to do that. Sometimes we have to lessen the distance. For 5 days at a 30-year-old, you know, I was comfortable with doing 20 miles a day as a 30-year-old. Now I'm comfortable doing 8 to 10 to 12, depending on the elevation change, the ascent and descent, your footbed. It's hardly rocky down there at Pearisburg. I had forgotten how rocky it was. And it took us a while to get through there because the rocks were slick, it was dark, it was difficult. So you have to adjust the distance as well as a difficulty. The other thing is mobility. And we got, I think Brandon brought his sticks, I brought mine. I don't know how many of you all use your sticks, but I certainly would encourage you to use not only one, but two. They have saved my butt numerous times. I am a bridge runner for the National Park Service in the summer. I'm so lucky to have that position. So my territory is from from Rockfish to Front Royal, the Skyline Drive, Shenandoah National Park, 170 miles on the trail. And I have to cover it in 2 weeks, 2 working weeks, which is 6 days for me, so 12 days. So it's been a wonderful experience, but I am by myself most of the time. I know I'm preaching being with somebody, but I'm by myself most of the time, and those sticks have really saved my butt from falling. I still fall sometimes, and you learn how to roll a little bit better than you did at 32. You still go splat. You kind of roll a little bit. But the sticks are really, really important. Take more rest breaks as we grow older. Take more rest breaks. Like I said, I used to hike 3 hours at a time. I now hike about an hour, hour and 15 minutes, and I just sit down. Nearest log, nearest rock, whatever. Try to pick a nice place. Got a good view, got a stream I get water from. But take more rest breaks, you need it, and you'll appreciate it more. Brandon talked about getting comfortable with quiet. I think we all go out there kind of to experience that, to let go of our external stimuli that we have here. I look out there and see the McDonald's sign just glowing. You know, it's lovely not to see that. Going back to last weekend again, I turned my headlamp off, and Sherry goes, "Don't do that, don't do that." I said, "Shh, just settle down. Take a deep breath. Now I want you to look straight up through the trees," and the stars were magnificent. She goes, "Oh my, that's beautiful." You don't see that here. So get comfortable with the quiet. And you can experience quiet in First Landing. I love it over there in the morning early. And the last thing for me about adjusting is adjust your expectations. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't be hard on your hiking partner. They're going to be different than you are. Every single one of us hike differently. If you decide to hike by yourself and you split for a couple hours, say, I'll meet you at the next shelter at 3 o'clock. If you're not there at 3, I'm turning around because something's wrong. Come back and get me. So just adjust your expectations, but the main thing is to stay out there, get out there, learn how to make your adjustments, and you'll still have a great time. Beat?
Yeah.